All right, everyone. I'm sure you guys know what time it is. It's time for summons, of course, and I'll just say right off the bat that I plan to do 100 summons in total today. I promised you guys 200 plus summons during this double ancients event, and today is the last day. I already had one summoning session which was posted on the channel a couple of days ago for those of you guys that missed it. I'm not really going to say too much more on that because even little details might give away a lot about that summoning session right there. But today we're going to be doing 100 summons, and I actually ended up messing up. It's not really that big of a mistake. It's always a learning experience when it comes to YouTube, and yesterday I decided to try something a bit different. I had never done something. It was a really crazy idea, very ambitious, and maybe my ambitions got a little bit too far ahead of me. So if you guys ended up seeing the video yesterday titled My Craziest Idea in Raids So Far, what I ended up proposing is that you guys would actually determine how many summons I end up doing in the video today. And that would just be based off of typical YouTube criteria, like how many likes the video got, how many comments, how many subscribers we got in a 24-hour period of time. That video was posted at 9:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. As of me recording this video right now, it's 9:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so it's been 24 hours and 5 minutes, and just a couple minutes ago, I went through and I tallied up all the numbers. These were the criteria for that video right there. You can see new subscribers, each like on the video, comments, new subscribers past 30,000, and each like on the video past 1,000, all gave a bunch of different points. For every 100 points, I would do a summon, and well, I was off by a little bit. I didn't quite hit the mark. We ended up getting a total of 3,679 points, which would only end up being 36 summons. I can tell you guys, I'm going to be doing more than 36 summons today. We're going to be doing 100, and I'm not going to go through and read it, but you guys can take a look at the total number of points and where they came from. And I honestly had not done something like this before. I was a little bit worried of the exact opposite happening. So if instead of 3,000 points, what if it was 30,000 points? Or what if I said I was going to do a summon for every 10 points instead of 100 points? Well, I might have ended up doing, 300 to 1,000 summons in one video, and I was very scared of that. So now I know. I learned quite a bit from this. YouTube is always a learning experience, and at the very least, we're going to be doing 100 summons today. Let's see what we end up getting. So with that being said, let's head over to the summoning portal right over here. And I only have one ancient shard. Oh no, that's not good. Well, the good news is I've got the gems. So let's go ahead and buy a bunch of ancient shards right off the bat. So let's go to gem shop, big shard pack. So we need 9 of these, right? Because that'll be 11 times 9, which is 99, plus the one that we have, which is exactly 100. That works out pretty well, actually. So we've got 1. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That actually might be the most gems that I've ever spent in Raid Shadow Legends at once. That was 7,200 gems in like 10 seconds right there. And I actually dropped below 50,000 as well. Alrighty, let's pick these up here. Now, the good news as well is that I'll only have to clean my inventory once because I actually spent a good part of the day yesterday going through and leveling up food and just kind of optimizing my inventory a bit. So I have a good amount of space right now. Should have, yeah, we have 82 spots, so I'll only have to clean out once. Exactly 100 ancient shards. Alrighty, folks. We're due for a legendary. I'm not going to say too much about the summons yesterday, but we're definitely due. Let's hope we get lucky here. 3, 2, 1, here we go. All right, we're looking for those epics. You know what? If we start off with some not super strong... Oh, there we go! Who do we have? Shamrock. What? How do I feel about this? Well, he is getting buffed, so that is good news. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe Plarium is actually watching right now, and they're like... We're going to give him Shamrock because he's getting buffed in 1.13, and that'll give Salt an opportunity to talk about 1.13. I don't know about that. That's a really crazy conspiracy, but I do not know how to feel about this. Now, one thing about looking at Shamrock's skill kit is it's not going to be super accurate soon because he is getting buffed. So, his skills right now are not going to reflect this champion in the upcoming future. But well, speaking of legendary, we got our legendary. Attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 60% chance of removing one random buff from the target, damage based on attack. He is technically a support-based champion as well. Places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Has a 50% chance of placing a 30% crit rate buff on all allies for 2 turns. Has a 25% chance of placing a continuous heal on all allies for 2 turns. If the critical rate buff is placed, has a 5% chance. Wow, this skill is just absolutely bonkers with how much RNG there is in this. This is the most RNG skill ever. Block debuffs buff on the ally for 2 turns if the continuous heal buff is placed. So if this happens, this might happen. Then if that happens, this might happen, and so on and so forth. 4-turn cooldown can be lowered down to 3. You can increase the buff debuff chance, which is actually really important for this skill in particular, considering how many things rely on that buff debuff chance and how much RNG there is. But, you know, once again, that skill is going to be changed. Well, I don't know if it's that skill in particular, but this champion's going to be going through some work soon. Places a 30% decreased speed debuff on all allies for 2 turns, and then the Ascended version decreases the turn meter of all allies by 15%, has a 10% chance of decreasing the turn meter of all enemies by a further 15%. Really weird how that's just tacked on it. I guess it's the Ascension bonus, so it makes sense. Can be lowered down to a 4-turn cooldown. This skill is decent, it seems like. You know, I don't know about on a Legendary, though. It feels like Legendary should have some really, you know, strong skills that really stand out because, of course, they are Legendary. It increases ally accuracy in all battles by 70. All right. Well, there we go. We got our Legendary. We also got a Tashada. It's just an increased attack buff on this champion if, let's see, 2 turns. If it's critical. Oh, she's got that weaken right there. Attacks 3 times her enemy. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing a weaken debuff, and it's based on defense and attack right there. So is this skill here. Attacks one enemy. Revives a random ally with 40% HP if this attack kills the target. Interesting right there. Wow, that is a very interesting skill. And then increases ally speed and faction crypts by 20%. So that's a pretty good pull. I mean, any pull with the Legendary is nice. Let's keep it going, though. Maybe we can get another one. How crazy would that be? All right, well, we're starting off with an epic. Vala. I actually don't know if I have Vala. If I do, it's been a while since I got her, I believe. You know what? I can actually take a look and see based on the dots that I have in the index. Attacks one enemy 2 times, increases the damage if they're under a shield. Let's see, removes all shield buffs on enemies, then attacks all enemies. Has a 30% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. That's an interesting skill right there. Shield buff on this champion also places increased defense on this champion and fills their turn meter by 50%. That's pretty good. What do we have for her passive? Decreases the damage received by this champion by 15% when under a shield. All right, do I have her, though? That's the question. Let's see. I know my thing's going to pop up because of Shamrock. I didn't actually have her, so she's one of the few epics that I did not have, and you guys probably notice at this point I'm getting close to having pretty much every epic. There's still a few that I don't have, but I'm definitely getting there. All right, let's keep it going. We still got 80 more pulls left. All right, let's see. Phoenix. Oh, Tashada again? What? Ripper. Okay, this was a weird pull. I thought I had Phoenix also, but apparently I didn't, or maybe I used him for a fusion to something, and I never had Tashada, and now I just get her all of a sudden, like twice in a row, back to back. That's how Raid Shadow Legends RNG works, though. It's just very typical. Ripper, let's see. Decreases their max HP. Decreases damage increases as their HP. What this just does not seem. He seems to have a pretty underwhelming skill kit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something about this guy that I'm missing. I don't really know, but no buffs, no debuffs, nothing really super crazy. I actually don't know if I had this guy as well. Another new champion, though. So that's good. Especially considering I like collecting champions. Alright, let's keep it going. We're still not even halfway through yet. We could get lucky. Super lucky. Now I'm really looking forward to those Shamrock changes. Okay, this is to be expected. It happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen 2 and 3 times in a row, but it definitely happens. Nothing we can do about that. Even with double rates on, you know. It is pretty rare, though, with double rates to go a full pull without an epic. Because 16% is like, you know, 1 in 5 to 1 in 6. What? Are you kidding me? Another Tashada? I have never gotten her out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pulls. And now in, what is that, 40, 50 pulls, I've gotten her 3 times. Like, what? Are you kidding me right now? I have no words to describe how weird that is. Yaga, this guy, a couple of people have actually asked me about him, considering he is a free-to-play champion that you can end up getting from login rewards. He's not terrible. He's not great. The biggest problem with Yaga is the amount of books that you need to invest in him. You need 4 for his first skill, 6 for his second, and then 5. Well, that's if you get really unlucky and you don't get the stuff that you're looking for. But, you know, with the amount of books that you need for him, is he really worth the investment? For most people, probably not. I wouldn't say he's the worst epic to book, but, you know, there's probably going to be better choices for most people. He does have the poison, though, which you can increase to 50%. Another poison on his second skill, but it's as a 4-turn cooldown. And then this skill is just going to do a bit extra damage based on the poisons itself. All right, let's keep it going. I think we still have 30 or 40 more. Bushi, okay, all right. I think he got a revamp, actually, recently. I have him, though. All right, what are his skills? I don't remember this guy. Attacks on time, damage inflicted increases each time the skill is used, stacks up to 4 times. Okay, this attack's always critical. I don't know how to feel about these skills because you're probably going to be building crit rate on most champions anyway. You know, if you don't build crit rate, then this skill gets a lot more benefit, of course. Revives this champion with 30% HP, places an unkillable buff on this champion for 1 turn, and speed in the arena. All right, do we have room here? We have room for another multi, and then I have to make some room really quickly, which of course I'll edit out of the video, and then we'll be able to finish it off. Is it going to be one of those pulls? Well, oh, we got something at the end. Crypt Witch. This is actually one of the first few epics that I got. I don't think I've seen her in a while. Deals 30% more damage if they have any buffs. Will ignore shield and block damage. Attacks 2 times at random. Has a 75% chance that you can buff to place decreased defense. Increases, will ignore 50% of the target's defense if the target is faster than this champion. That's an interesting condition to have in a skill. Not too sure how that really ties in too well with how important speed is, but still interesting nonetheless. And speed in the faction crypts. Alright, so it's not over yet, guys. I just need to clean up my inventory. Of course, I'm going to edit this out of the video, and we'll be able to finish off. It's so weird looking at those 3 Tashadas that I've gotten in these pulls. 3 of them. I've never gotten her before. All right, let me edit this out, and then we'll finish off the summons. All right, we're back to finish it off. I just cleared out the room. We've got enough for those last 20 summons. It's definitely not over yet. Crazy things could happen. Let's see what we get. So here we go. All right, the second to last multi. Are we going to get a bunch of epics? Are we going to get another legendary? Let's see. Gorgrab. I've gotten quite a few of them now. Crimson Helm. Okay, I know I talked about her in a video somewhat recently as well. She's actually not too bad. She's actually a fairly decent epic that is definitely underrated. And Gorgrab, I did get him for a really, really long time, and he was a champion I really wanted. But now, you know, it's not like he's a champion I don't want, but I've gotten so many of him lately. I've definitely gotten at least a few dupes. Definitely a good champion, though, especially for the arena. He's got some very solid skills, and of course, he has that strong speed aura in the arena. And to end it off, let's see what we get. How about another legendary? We got a legendary in the first pull. How about another legendary in the last pull? That would be a great ending to the video. All right, let's see some golds. Not all blue, please. Shaman. Really? Didn't we get a shaman on the last pull of the of the other video too? Really? Really, you're gonna do it to me like that, Plarium? Wow. It's like, I don't even... Okay, no tinfoil hat theories. Some people are like, are you a conspiracy theorist? No, no, no. I won't say anything. We just got another shaman. All right, and a Woad Painted, though. I think she was also another champion that got buffed. Let's see. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Has a 25% chance of placing a block cooldown skill debuff for 1 turn. Fully heals this champion. Places a reflect damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. Okay. And then attacks on enemy has a 75% chance of placing a block cooldown skill debuff for 2 turns. Damage inflicted is proportional to this champion's max HP. Alright. Well, let's take a look. Let's do a little quick recap of everything that we got from these set of, this set of 100 pulls. One legendary, of course, in that first multi. We got a Shamrock. We got 3 duplicates of Tashada, even though I've never gotten her before, apart from this summoning session, despite all the summons I've done before. How many total epics in 100 pulls? Let's see if we're above or below average. So we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. A little tiny bit below average, because technically it's 16%, so we should have gotten 16. Actually, wait, was I off by 1? Let's see. 3, 6, 12, 15, 12, 15, 14. 14, so I was off by 1. But we got a legendary, so alrighty, folks. We have now done over 200 summons for this double rates event. I know a lot of people were expecting double rates for Sacred Shards, and that seems to be what I have a decent amount stockpiled right now. So hopefully that's the next summoning event that we get. I have a feeling, though, that 1.13 is coming soon. They've really bombarded us with a lot of crazy stuff, and now another summoning event. So things are starting to wind down a little bit after these events. We got an arena event. We've got this tournaments, the summoning events. Who knows what the future will bring. But that is going to be it for the video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this summoning session. I apologize that the little challenge that I had from yesterday didn't work out quite to be expected, but, you know, that's YouTube. Always a learning experience. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing. Thank you again. If you want to help out, tossing a quick like means more than you can imagine, and more Raid Shadow Legends videos, guides, tutorials, and all that fun stuff should be popping up on the screen right about now. Don't forget, I did a summoning challenge, a summoning video a couple of days ago as well. So if you haven't seen that one, that was also during this double rates event, might want to check it out. And that'll be that. This is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.